Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Everside Questers Adventures in Pathfinder 2nd Edition for the Abomination's Vault Adventure Path. We are here today to finally, explore what was going on this little island that Crunk had jumped across to the this little makeshift raft over here and see what's going on. To recap last week's episode, the players had, let's see here. Oh, yes. They had encountered their first haunt. Of a bunch of dead kobolds, and unfortunately had to escape the haunt. And from there, escaping the haunt, they had made their way back into the main halls of the Gauntlet Keep, ventured north into the tower that led about 100 feet up up towards the cupola or the lighthouse of the keep that seems to be magically sustained here in the fog fens. And then they ventured outwards, going west through the door, into the swamps once again, and explored a, ramshackled and busted boathouse, and then found themselves onto a really, really run-down and busted little port here, a little dock with a pretty good-looking boat. Unfortunately, after inspecting the boat, they couldn't really figure out any kind of details for who was the owner of the boat, and then Crunk decided to take a running leap across to the other dock or pier across the way here. And this is where we leave ourselves, or have left ourselves off from a couple weeks ago, and are now back to it tonight. So, gentlemen, how are you all doing tonight? And you ready to adventure further into the Gauntlet Keep?
Yeah.
I will take that menacing laughter as a yes, because, well, one, he said yes, and two, that kind of scared me. Oh, boy. Any other questions before we jump into tonight's game, guys, about the game itself or what's going on here as some reminders?
No?
No? All right. As a warning, just for anyone watching, the Abomination's Vault does have a disclaimer warning. You can see that in the description below in the video here if you're watching first time here. There are scenes of potential violence, body horror, suicide, ableism, and such. As well as that, we also have a general PG-13 or TV-14 warning here. We might have some foul language from any of us here for tonight's game, crude humor, fart jokes occasionally. So, if anything that offends you, this may not be the stream for you. Beyond that, we were just going to have some fun here and explore the Pathfinder's Abomination Vaults and see what happens. Oh, yeah. Lots of blood and gore from this guy. So, getting into the game with all that business out of the way, we're going to rewind time just a little bit here. As Crunk, as Grawler, Narknad, and Xylo climb into the boat, Crunk goes running up the docks and jumps across, landing on the pier across the way here. As he lands on the pier and gets his footings, it shakes a little bit. And as it shakes, he's like, okay, everything's good. I'm good. Be good. And then suddenly, the whole pier starts to crumble below his feet.
And you run
And Crunk, you drop 3 feet into the water. And as that happens, Crunk, you all see this happen, guys, the rest of the crew here, as, you're getting into the boat, you see Crunk run, dash, and make it across the pier. He splashes into the water and is now swimming in this, muck and just grossness of the swamp here. Let's see here. The sucking mud beneath him makes it really hard to walk in this, Crunk. It's not, it would probably be up to your waist or so. It's not that deep, but it's just so difficult that this is greater difficult terrain. So we'll have to take a look at see what greater difficult terrain means.
No. You see, he should be at a bonus right now because he is moisturized, he is thriving, and he is, most of all, being one with nature right now.
Isn't this like his home element?
You would think so?
I'll look at the broken pier floating around me. I'll kind of look back at them sheepishly. Oops.
Right. So here's the definition.
Grudging.
here's the definition for greater difficult terrain. Each square costs 10 feet of extra movement. So that means you can only move 2 feet per turn, or 2 squares per turn.
Okay.
All right. And as that happens, Crunk, as you splash into the water and with the muck and all this sucking mud below you as you try to move around, you notice that right around you, the swamp itself is lit up very oddly. And as you look around, Crunk, you start to notice that this light begins to kind of dance around you. You know, I don't know if you can see it on the map or not. Let me click your view. Yeah. You see how the map here is kind of lit up?
Yeah, there's lit up. Yep.
Yeah, as this map is lit up here in that little section, you know, you start to see the light shifting and shimmering, and something seems to be floating above the water here. And all of a sudden, you just get this sense that something's about to attack. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Got caught by one of the dangler fishes.
All right, here come the D20s for our initiative check. All right, let me get that into a proper position here. Okay. With that all set up, we're going to begin this encounter. And the encounter starts with... Oh, with the drum beat there. Narknad, you are up. Xylo on deck, followed by Grawler, then Crunk, and then the creature that is somewhere around here. So, Narknad, you see Crunk jump across the way and lands in the water as the pier cracks and shatters behind him. And as that happens, the light becomes more prominent in this area here, and you have a pretty hard time seeing something, but you're not quite sure what's going on. What do you do at the moment as you're sitting in this boat here with everyone?
So I don't know what it is, but it's sort of just moving off to the side there.
Yeah, you get a look, you know, your eyes are drawn to the attention of Crunk as he falls into the water. And as you fall, you see the light glinting. There's a strange light, you know, in this general area here that is glowing, and it's shifting around. And you can see it like moving with the water as the water ripples from Crunk's movements, disturbing it. So there's definitely something there, and it's starting to move towards Crunk.
All right, can I do I want to start off with some detect magic to see if this thing's magical.
Oh,
Or
sure.
What the lights are. Assuming it's within 30 feet. Yeah.
Let's see here.
I keep forgetting that escape isn't a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to delete that.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, I gotta look for one quick thing here. Let me review something real fast. Let's see. Okay, so there's that, and then real fast. Okay, I'm not quite sure what to do about this. All right, so yes, you cast your spell there to detect magic, and yeah, you are getting some kind of magic going on here. You can kind of get the idea that whatever this magical thing is, it's pretty much right here over where the docks were. But at the moment, you can't see it. Whatever it is.
What kind of actions do we need to do to make the boat move? What's the deal with that?
That would probably be some kind of an athletics check there to start moving the boat. Probably
I
like
want to do that towards the light.
Okay, let me give you a skill check then.
Here we go with the boat, guys.
All right, I have linked something in chat there, so go ahead and roll. Okay, with a 3, unfortunately, and a critical failure, your first attempt to get an oar moving as you grab one of them hits deep into the muck and the mud of the swamp here, and unfortunately you go nowhere to try and move you. And that was... How many actions to detect magic?
2, so I'm all done.
Okay. Xylo, you are up, followed by Grawler.
All right, I gotta ask, would I be able to make a perception check to try to spot this creature?
Sure. Let me give you a perception check here. Go for it. Okay.
All right, not happening.
No. Wherever this creature is, it's somewhere in this general vicinity of, just above Krunk. Unfortunately, because of the nature of the monster at the moment, you can't tell where it is physically.
Would you say that it's hidden?
Possibly. It might be hidden. Like, from the way it's looking, because of the way the water is glowing, it might be under the water. It's possible.
All right, well, I'm gonna attempt to fire at a hidden creature with a phase bolt.
Okay, so let me see here. Give me a flat... First of all, point to the space that you're... click the space that you're going to fire at. Alright. Give me a straight flat d20 first to see if your attack is even going to hit, because this creature... Okay, so the flat check is good, so that will definitely hit. So what I will do is to give you something to target. Go ahead. Does that give you something to click on or not?
Yep, it does.
Okay. Go ahead and target with your spell. Oh good, it's a cantrip. Okay, I was worried that this was a regular spell. Okay, yes. With the magics and, targeting this random spot here, you do indeed hit the creature. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay, 5 points. Let me take care of something real quick.
I mean, I'll take it.
Right. All right, so... yes, so let me see here real quick. This is... interesting. Okay, so you go to hit, and the spell collides with whatever's there, and you see the phase bolt just kind of hit and shatter on something. You're not quite sure if it dealt any damage or not, but that's the effects of it. Okay.
Okay, oh boy. Growler's turn, I guess.
All right, so let's see here. So it was 1 action to search and 2 actions for the phase bolt, right?
Correct.
Okay. Grawler, you're up. Krunk on deck. What do you do, Grawler?
Growler's going to hop out of the boat.
Okay.
5, and then he's going to run and jump towards the spot.
Okay. All right, considering I'm not quite sure, but I think this is going to be 2 actions to get off the boat, set up, and then run and jump. I think that's going to be the 2 actions. You'll easily land. I mean, we do have to roll, what was it, like a DC 10 athletics check, I think, because you're running, or maybe 15, to see if you make it the full distance or not, because that's how far you're moving. So let me go ahead and give you that check real quick. All right, go ahead and roll that for me, Grawler, as I'm sure you'll easily get that. Oh yeah, 23, you easily succeed into where you want to land. So go ahead and place yourself. Alright, so running, you jump and splash into the mucky, disgusting mud of the swamp here.
And I saw where I was bolt struck, right?
Yeah, you have a general idea of where it is, so you can go ahead and target it. I'm going to need a flat check here for a d20 to see if you can hit it, because you're going for the attack, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is the flat check, and you do succeed with the flat check to hit, so go ahead and roll for your attack. Ooh, base 3, unfortunately, is going to be a miss. And you miss this hitting this creature, whatever it is. Alright, that's all of Grawler's actions. Crunk, you are up with the creature on deck for the end of round 1.
I'm going to shimmy one over to the side.
Alright, so that will be 10 feet there. Or 15 feet, actually, I think.
And then I shall cast Galebook.
Oh, okay. Wind flows from your outstretched hand and swirls around you in a 5-foot emanation. Each creature in the area takes bludgeoning damage equal to your spell casting ability modifier. Alright. So let me go ahead and get you that fortitude save. Oh, let's see something real quick here. Oh, that's the emanation. Okay, neat. Alright, so with a 14, that is a fail. So go ahead and roll damage for the creature.
Can you pop it up? I think I have to target it, right?
Oh, yes. Alright, so let me give you that real quick. Alright, go ahead.
Oh, it's just damage equal to a spellcasting ability modifier.
Nope. There we go. So 2 points of damage.
And he's pushed 5 feet away.
Okay. Let me double check one quick thing here. And... Alright, so he's pushed 5 feet away, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he gets pushed 5 feet away from you, and you're not quite sure if any damage was dealt, as you can't see this monster creature physically. So from what you can tell, it seems like you've done the damage because at least it's been pushed away from you.
Excellent.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that is all 3 of my actions.
All right, up next is the monster. So as the monster goes in for the attack, it reveals itself. Oh my goodness. So let me go ahead and give you the vision, the image here of what this thing actually is here.
So we would all be flat-footed against it if it's attacking us from hidden, right?
Yeah, basically. So as it goes to attack, this is what you see.
Ooh, hairball.
The glowing hairball.
Yes.
Wasn't it
We're
at a rate?
Being attacked by the girl from The Ring?
Right? If anyone has occultism,
That's Hanako?
if anyone has occultism, they can give me a check real quick here if they want to see if they know what this thing is. And
I do.
Go ahead and click that skill check. Ooh, we got a 20, and we got a 17. All right, so as this thing reveals itself to go in for the attack, Narknad, you realize that this thing is what is known as a flicker wisp. A flicker wisp. And, you know, it's kind of an annoying little bugger, and it feeds off of confusion and the like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Chaos.
Yeah, it feeds off of, like, ass and the fears of people, so, yeah, this thing is kind of annoying. And,
Priest did well.
I was going to say,
Just
if you're
feasting
feeding
off
off
confusion.
confusion, there's two of us.
Yeah. So, with the success, what do you want to know? Anything in particular about this creature, about the Flicker Wisp? Narknad.
Any elemental weaknesses?
Weaknesses. Let's see here. No, there are no weaknesses to this this creature.
And are they generally hostile? Like, is it attacking us or is it just fucking with us?
Oh, you know these things are generally chaotic evil, so yes, this thing is going in for the attack now that it's revealed itself.
Gotcha.
All right, and since it's right next to Grawler, and Grawler's kind of stuck in here with the mud and the mire and all this, the muck and the mire, it's going to go ahead and attack Grawler. Ninzar just piped up and he goes, "Confusion and fear. It feeds off of social media."
Perfect.
Yeah,
Nice.
very true. Very true. So, Grawler, as this Flicker Wisp starts to dance around you, it starts to churn and flit in the air, and let's see here, begins to flash and sparkle bewildering arrays of distracting, pulsating lights at you. I'm going to need you to make a will save for me, please, for its first 2 actions. Holy shit, he succeeded! With a 23, you succeed. And then as you, look at the pretty lights, what kind of reaction would Grawler have to these pretty flickering lights? Do you think?
He's just wondering how it's going to feel once he starts flossing his teeth with them.
Okay. So it goes in there and it does like this flash dancing at you, and then with its frustration, seeing that it couldn't, what's the word I'm looking for? It couldn't confuse you with the lights. It goes into attack with its like wispy hairs and whatnot, and starts to wrap the hairs and such around your body to attack. All right, and goes in for the attack, and does actually hit with a total of 18. That is going to be
11. Damn.
Yeah, tell me about it. It rolls some damage and it deals you 6 points of electricity damage. All right. And with that shocking encounter, we move on to the top of round 2 with Narknad and Xylo on deck.
Ooh, is it still above ground?
Yes, it is now visible and above ground.
Yeah, suck it, jabroni.
Suck it, jabroni.
Ooh.
Okay, so Narknad, what did you hit with?
I chose the slashing, I think.
Okay. All right, well, a 26 definitely hits, so go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see something here, if that works. Oh, no, okay. I gotta revert something here. Okay. Let's see here. Double check a couple things real quick. Okay, so as you go to hit with your projectile, Narknad,
Yes.
what exactly was projected at it that did the slashing damage?
I imagine a sharp piece of shale from this rock cliff face.
Okay, so you pull some of the rock face, the shale off, which does definitely dislodge, and it flies to hit the Flicker Wisp, and then as it hits, you can see the shale shatter, but it doesn't seem to have impacted the Flicker Wisp at all.
Would say what?
Yes. Okay. That was 2 actions. Do you have a third action, Narknad?
I use an action to figure out what I just saw.
Yes. Give me a... I'm going to give you a check here, and that is going to be Arcana. Go ahead and click on that Arcana check. Okay. Unfortunately, you're not quite sure what happened here. You know your magics are good enough, but for some reason, whatever is up with this Flicker Wisp, you couldn't quite tell. All right. Xylo, you're up. Grawler on deck. What do you do, Xylo?
Sorry about that. I forgot I moved to push to talk. I'm going to go ahead and use my Inspire Courage. I'm not going to try to figure out what happened with Narcanad's attack. I have no Arcana skills.
Okay. You could also roll occultism if you wanted to.
All right, I'll give that a shot then.
Okay. First of all, go ahead and place your template. Oh yeah, that's everyone. Okay, everyone.
Then, yes.
Go ahead.
Sorry, could I get an occultism check?
Yes. Give me a second here to load that up. All right, go ahead and hit up that occultism check. With Inspired Courage, that should definitely help. Oh, yes, it did. Let's see here. Intelligence trained. All right, so with your success and having some more information now that Narcnad has called out that it was a flicker wisp, somewhere down the line, you have heard about these creatures and retained some information, and you realize that the reason why Narcnad's attack didn't do anything is because they are immune to almost all forms of magic. They have magic immunity except for a few pieces of magic. If it was a critical success, I would tell you what they were. But since it's a regular success, you know that they are immune to magic.
Well, I guess that I will switch to ranged attacks then.
Okay. And that should be all three of your actions, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Inspired Courage is 2 actions, is it? Or 1?
Oh, that's just 1.
Oh, then you have 1 more action.
Yeah, that's why I was going to switch it up to ranged attacks with a sling.
Okay.
After relaying the information that magic won't avail us here.
Okay. So yeah, that's going to take an action to get your sling out, right?
Yes, it will.
All right. Grawler, you are up. Krunk on deck.
Well, it's not like I ever had to worry about magic anyway.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there we go. I was wondering why the token was so opaque. All right, so with a 21, you definitely hit the Flicker Wisp. Go ahead and roll that damage. Oh, jeez. Max damage. All right. Well, let's go ahead and apply max damage. And that really hurt the Flicker Wisp. I mean, it is to the point of not bloodied, but in critical condition with your hit. You just strike it true as it comes to like fly by you and go in for the attacks again. All right, that was attack number 1. Attack number 2 is going to be a miss, just barely hitting. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your third action, Grawler? Oh, attack number 3, it definitely is another miss with a critical miss, unfortunately. And that will be the end of Grawler's turn. Krunk, you are up with the Flicker Wisp on deck.
Hey, move up to me, brother.
Okay.
Me swing Horful Bat.
Oh, the Horful Bat. Okay. Go ahead and hit strike at the Flicker Wisp. Attack number 1 is going to be a total of a 17, which unfortunately just misses the AC.
Okay.
Action.
As the second action, we will go with old reliable.
Ah, yes. Action 1 was to move. Action 2 was to strike. Action 3 will be the tusks. With the map -5, let's see what happens. And unfortunately, that is going to be a big miss. Not a critical miss, but a big miss, unfortunately. As Krunk...
20.
Yeah. As Krunk's turn comes to an end, we have the Flicker Wisp. And frustrated that Grawler was not dazzled by the lights, the Flicker Wisp turns its attention to Krunk. And luckily, since Krunk decided to move up, he's going to go ahead and try to dazzle you with its flicker. Krunk, I need you to make a will save for me, please. And with the will save coming in, we have a total of 24, which is another success. Good lord, I was... Go ahead.
There's no penetrating this level of stupid.
I really wasn't expecting the orcs here to pass their will saves.
We're just too stupid to be stupefied.
Oh
Wisdom,
man.
not intelligence.
You can't daze those who are already dazzled.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so with its annoyance that it can't get you either, Crunk, it goes in for a shocking grasp on you. Not necessarily shocking grasp, but you know, it wraps its weird hairs and like tries to go in for the strike. And that's going to be a total of 16 to hit, which just hits your AC, Crunk. And that will be another 4 points of lightning damage to your electricity damage. Yes, just a little. Alright, and with both of those actions done, as it takes 2 for the flicker to go in, we go to the top of round 3. Narknad, you're up.
I wanted to have another try at operating this boat towards the thing.
Alright, go for it. Let's see here. I will give you a athletics check.
It'd be
And...
easier now that my bulk isn't on it.
Right? Oof.
Yeah.
Can't do much with a 1. Can't do much with a 1. So that was your first action.
I want to do it again.
Alright, go ahead and click the skill check once again. And still, you're just unable to, even with, you know, Xylo just all skin and bones, unable to move that boat.
Determined.
There we go. You start to move. Alright. So, what is your strength score, Narknad?
It is terrible.
Let's see here.
It's 10.
It's 10? Okay. So we'll say with your strength score, we'll go ahead and say you guys can move the boat 10 feet in one direction. So go ahead and move yourself and Xylo. Xylo, move up 10 feet along with it. Oh, too far.
There.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, very good. So you guys have moved along in the boat. That's Narknad's turn. Xylo, you are up with Grawler on deck.
Alright, now that my sling is ready, I'm going to take a swing at him.
Oh, 1 second real quick. I have to get rid of your inspiring stuff there.
Oh, maybe I'll do that first.
Yes, I would recommend that. All right, another emanation is placed, and we go ahead and inspire courage to everyone. All right, go ahead and attack, Xylo.
Yep, just want to make sure he was targeted first.
Base 12, total of 18. Unfortunately, that does miss, sadly.
Oh, what's one more shot?
All right, go for it. Oof. That is going to be another miss, unfortunately. All right. With those attacks done, Grawler, it is your turn with Crunk on deck.
Yeah, okay, so action 1.
Oh, hold up. Yeah, okay, that's your full action of full movement there to move that 2 spaces.
Why does that keep popping up?
Oh, because you've been inspired, Crunk.
Yeah, but it's popped up twice.
Oh, it looked like you missed it for some reason, and then I put it on. So probably because weird delays or something. Grawler, what are you doing?
Alright, so that should flank it, right?
Yes, you will get flanking bonus.
We're gonna hit it really hard.
Yes. And
Hit it really hard.
yes, the flanking does reduce the AC, and you do hit it really hard. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. And with a 16, the Flicker Wisp has been defeated as it just gives off this, you know, that dying ghost sound of like a and combat comes to an end. All right, let's see here. I need that one, and I need to turn that off. All right, gentlemen. And with that encounter done, you gain 60 XP. Crunk, you'll only gain 30, unfortunately, because you're level 2. So go ahead and add in your XP bonuses.
Okay.
And if anyone's wondering why Krunk got a penalty, it's because the group average right now is level 1. Grawler, Narknad, and Xylo are all level 1. Krunk is level 2 from the adventures in the beginner's box. And as I saw for rules about party levels and anyone that's under the group average, they were getting double XP. I am doing a negative penalty for anyone over the group average. So the other players will catch up faster to the higher level players. All right, gentlemen, with that done and the Flicker Wisp dead, you appear to be alone in the swamps here. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna go ahead and just climb my way up here.
Okay. Yeah, with that, you guys can go ahead and spend the time. It takes a while to kind of muck through the swamps here, and if you want Narknad and Xylo, obviously, now that you're out of combat, it doesn't really matter about moving it, so you can all eventually get over to the what remains of the docks over there without any issue.
Xylo, would you mind paddling while I spend 10 minutes to treat wounds as we go across?
Sure.
And speaking of which, yeah, by the time you guys finish this up and get to the docks itself, the hour from the last time you had treated wounds should be up by now. So you guys can go ahead and start doing that if need be.
I need be.
Oh yes,
Actually,
go ahead.
we could get someone to aid him with treating wounds as well.
Yes, bring him over. Me aid.
You put like twigs and leaves in there. It'll be good. Don't worry.
Come on, some of the swamp muck will do great wonders.
That's why I can't find it. It's under exploration. There we go. So I am trained. And what's the bonus I'm getting here? For aid?
Well, Krunk, you need to roll the aid first.
I'm working on it.
Yep.
Aid me.
So I think you got to target Narknad and then roll. Yep, there you go. All right. So then. Yeah, we'll go with the typical DC of a 20. And then go ahead and roll your... Let's see here. What do you need to roll for that?
The usual is 15, so if you want to make it a little tricky on me, you can.
Well, it's saying here, let's see here. When you use your aid reaction, attempt to a skill check or attack roll of a type decided by the GM. Oh, I see. The typical DC is 20, but the GM might adjust it for this DC for particularly hard or easy tasks. Who is aiding? Krunk, you're aiding, right?
Yes, I'm aiding.
And then I just threw treat wounds in chat there.
Okay. So let's see here. All right, so for the aid, Krunk, go ahead and roll. Let's see here. What would it? Yes, it would be a medicine check, and I will go with that check. So go ahead and roll that, and we'll see how you do to aid or not. Okay. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances of where you are, it's a little hard with the everyone trying to be on the docks and whatnot. Sadly, you do not get any bonuses for aiding Narknad.
Yeah, I'll reach down, grab a scoop of swamp mud, kind of smear it nice in there. Be helping.
Ooh.
Always with the mud. All right, Narknad, go ahead and roll. Do your treat wounds like normal.
Oh, by one.
So sadly, it looks like with a failure, you don't heal anything at all.
I'm going to use my hero die.
Oh, okay. Yes,
There you
everyone
go.
has one hero die.
Because I don't want to fail again. What was that?
Yeah, where did the other 2d8 come from?
That was
2d8 is
Oh.
how much you heal.
Oh, yeah, yes. Okay, from healing. So yes, you do succeed with the use of your hero die. Speaking of which, so everyone has one hero die. Grawler, because of what you had done, and this is a retroactive hero die I'm giving you, because of your actions and keeping to your alignment back in the boss room when you fought Boss Scrong there, give yourself an extra hero die. So you have 2 hero dice to use tonight before the end of the game. Otherwise, you'll lose that bonus hero die, okay?
I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, make sure you use that. All right,
I'm
so
removing my wounded condition.
do you have to be completely healed or just healed? Oh no, that's right.
Yeah, just on a success it'll do it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so that's an extra 10 minutes of time. Let me add that in. All right. So, you have yourselves the dock here and the island room here. What do you do?
Or
Door it is. All right, go ahead and place yourselves in this room as you come in to walk about. Now, there is a tricky thing. Don't go too far into this room because as you see on the map, there is a lot of destruction in here. So as you walk in, this once elegant workshop has fallen into shambles. Soggy strings of dripping moss hang through cracks in the wooden domed roof above. Below it, a carpet of broken glass glitters dangerously. Workbenches and shelves, armatures and displays, all formerly used in crafting or repairing immense lenses for a lighthouse, lie in ruins. Only a bejeweled spyglass sitting on a display rack near the southern wall has survived the devastation. So as you walk in, and you see all of this going on here, let me move you real quick for a second here, Crunk. Where was that? Oh, that's right, because I'm clicking you. I gotta do that. I'll put you back. Thank you. Oh, I'm now spinning you. oh, I gotta stop doing that. There we go. Much better.
Wait a minute. You may have crashed me.
Uh-oh.
Too much rotation.
So.
Oh, wait. Okay. We're back.
I'm going to put you down over here, Crunk, because there is a shitload of glass all over the place here.
Okay.
Just so you're aware. And, yeah, so as you walk into the room, suddenly a little mechanical doll pipes up from the floor and goes flying into the air. And we'll say it's, like 10 feet up in the air. And it looks at you all, and it just, in one word, it says, or, it keeps repeating itself, is Master Azrene, there we go, is Master Azrene coming back? Is Master Enzrize coming back? And it says this a couple times, looks at you all, and then realizes, what do you say to it as it says this?
Ooh.
I would just, as a reaction, say, not yet.
Okay. So as you say that, and you answer the question, it gets frustrated, goes, "Aah!" and goes into attack. I need everyone roll initiative, please.
Oh, Jesus.
the funny part was I thought he was saying not yet because I was going to take a swing at the damn thing.
I mean, little column A, little column B.
So here's the thing about this room, because there's a load of broken glass all over the floor. In order to move, you need to make balance checks. If you depending on what happens, you may end up falling on the ground, or you can move normally, but when you move, you have to make a balance check. So let me know before you start moving around the room, okay? Now this construct that you see in front of you is flying, so unfortunately for you guys, it doesn't have to make balance checks.
Can I just make a comment?
Yes.
The name of this song is hilarious.
Oh, Get Beaked?
Considering the name of the stupid thing is called Mr. Beak.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, we're going to go ahead and begin the combat, and Mr. Beak gets to go first, followed by Xylo, Narknad, Crunk, and Grawler pulling up the rear. You all had really high rolls, surprisingly enough.
Not high enough.
No, with a 29, Mr. Beak gets to go first. And with that, since we have 3 people right here in front of him, I'm going to go ahead and roll a d3 to see who he attacks first. So,
oh, gimme.
we'll do 1 Grawler, 2 Xylo, and 3 Crunk. And sure enough, it goes right in to attack Xylo.
Of course, it's Tuesday.
I totally missed Ninzard. He goes, yes, open wounds and swamp water is the ideal medical environment. Open wounds and swamp water. And then, and now he says, oh, you're in beak trouble now. Love it.
Oh.
Love it.
The punishment.
So, Mr. Beak comes in moves in a little bit to come next to Xylo and goes in for the attack on its first action, or second action, I should say. And that is going to be a big miss as it swoops in to attack you, Xylo, and then goes in for one more attack. And that will be a hit on its second attack, dealing you 7 points of bludgeoning damage as it just slams into you with its mechanical body. Ooh, yes, that is a heavy hit right
No,
there.
I already applied the damage.
Oh, did you? Okay, I've reverted the damage. Yikes, sorry about that. Didn't mean to double damage you. Okay, that is Mr. Beak's turn. Xylo, you're up with Narknad on deck.
Alright, so after I set my bones and finish crying, I'm going to do Inspire Courage.
Okay. All right,
There, now we have a disco in the Shattered Ballroom.
Indeed. Disco away.
You know, that's a good idea. I'm going to go away. I'm going to back off 10 feet.
Okay, because you're at the entrance of the, basically at the entrance here, I'm not going to need a balance check, so you can definitely move out, no problem. All right, so one action to Inspire Courage, second action to move.
And third action to launch a bolt or a stone at him.
Okay, go for it. Let me see something real quick here. Because of who's in the way, I'm going to give it a little bit of cover.
Ready?
Yep, go for it. Okay, with an 11, let's see here. How come that didn't...
I think you forgot to target it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, I didn't target him. But
That's
yeah, that would have missed anyways.
Yeah, 11's going to miss, sadly. Okay. Narknad, you're up with Crunk on deck.
Don't forget to remove his cover. Okay, you did.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, so.
Oh, is he? Well, for quick question. Is he still 10 feet? Considered 10 feet in the air, considering he attacked Xylo physically?
More or less. You know, because he kind of swooped down to a hit. It's all relative. If you need me to bump him down 5 feet, that's fine. He'll be able to hit. Because you guys have like a 5-foot reach, so you should still be able to hit him 10 feet up, technically.
Okay.
So they don't need to do anything to. Okay.
Yeah.
That changes what I'm going to do. Can I press to digitate some of the glass to have a safe spot for my guys to attack this thing, or?
Yes, you can definitely do that if you'd like. You can do 5-foot increments if you'd like with each action, however much. What is it, 1 or 2 actions?
It's 2 actions.
Okay.
So I'd like to get this square here all cleaned up.
Okay.
And you should be able to still hit the guy from there, right? And that should give you flanking, I think.
Let me see about... No, for flanking, he would probably have to be in the next square over.
All right, then I'll clear the flanking square. This one's all cleaned up.
We have Fantasia at home. Meanwhile, this is Fantasia at home.
Can you see that potential tile I put on the ground, Grawler?
Sure can.
Okay, so that is a cleared out tile, so that one will be completely free to walk on. Narknad, give yourself a hero die for that. I like that use of creative use of prestidigitation.
Yeah. All right. For my last action, I'd like to try to demoralize this thing. Is that possible?
Sure can.
Make it try to feel like it failed its master.
There you go. Go
You're
for
a
it.
crummy robot thing with a beak.
Okay. Demoralize away.
So I gotta roll my thing here.
Oh, base 17.
Oh,
A 21. Did you target the Mr. Beak or not?
I don't think I did.
All right, so that's going to be a will save. Let me double check its will. And that's going to be that. Yes, you definitely succeed. So it is frightened for 1 turn. All right, it is completely demoralized. And it looks at you, goes, "Oh, but master!" Hey, Trade 11, welcome in, bud. You can always watch the beginning later on. Trade 11 stopped in to say hi, but he's a little disappointed he missed some of it. We're still going, bud, don't worry.
Steam ahead.
Alright, so that is all of Narknad's turn. Krunk, you are up! With Grawler on deck.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my first action
Yes.
to trip it.
Interesting. It is flying, but sure.
Well,
Just to
all it
say
says
is you try to knock it to the ground.
Yes, this is true.
You can literally just reach up and just slap it.
I like the visuals. This is really funny. So go ahead, roll your athletics check against the target's reflex DC. So make sure it's targeted and hit the athletics check. Oh, that was so close. That was such a tease on that 16. All right, unfortunately, the trip is unsuccessful. It is an attack as well, so that will take part of your map.
Can I use my hero die?
Can you do what now?
Hero
Use my
die.
hero die?
Yes, if you'd like to use your hero die to reroll, go ahead and roll another another attack.
Oh, wait. No, take it off. God damn it. Stop it. Is there anything I hit to use the hero die, or just do it again?
Just do it again. I'm pretty sure that's
Oh.
what you did, Narknad.
Yeah, I just removed the pip from my
Yeah.
character sheet.
Okay. All right. Krunk's pip is used. And another hero die is coming in with a 13. Let's see here. Why did that come in? Hold on. Oh, I'm sorry. No, with an 18. Okay. I just want to make sure everything's good. Sadly, that is still a miss with an 18.
Oh.
Okay. So first
So now,
action.
Is that still just one action?
Yes, because the hero die lets you re-roll. So actions 2 and 3. Oh, the music didn't. What happened to the music? There we go. What do you think, Krunk? What you doing to it? You got any fun magics for it, or maybe you want to use your tusks and bite it?
Well, you know.
I've heard of tooth and claw, but beak and tusk?
Ooh, gouging claw cantrip. Okay.
And we will use piercing.
Okay. Go for that piercing version. And
Now this is map -5.
yes. Yes. Sadly, the trip was also considered an attack. With a 16 totaling up to an 18, unfortunately, that is going to be a miss as you go to gouge it with your magical claws. Sadly, the attack misses. All right, that is everything for Krunk. Grawler, you're up with Mr. Beak on deck.
So action 1 is to move.
Okay, as you're moving, regardless of where you move, you're going to need to make a balance check for me. So let me give you the dice roll here. Go ahead and roll this acrobatics check. Oh, shit, with a critical success. Okay, let me just double check that real quick. And a critical success, you move up to your speed normally. So yes, you can make it over easily, like tiptoeing through the glass. It's really kind of unsettling to watch this from Grawler, I think.
Grawlerina.
And yeah, you go and you make it right over there to hit, to make your attack. So first action was to move, second action to swing away. And a base 18, total of 26 will indeed hit. That is going to be a whole lot of damage. Oh my goodness, 11. Rolling hot tonight. Oddly enough, as you hit this construct, it hit pretty hard, but is still flapping and doesn't look, I mean, it looks pretty beat up, but still is flapping away pretty strong. Go ahead and attack, make your third action there, buddy. Base 14, total of a 17, sadly misses. No, you know what? Let me see here real quick. Because it's so small, it's not triggering the silly flanking, so that should be an, okay. Yes, unfortunately with a 17 you still miss by just a little bit. Okay. And with that we go to the end of round 1 and top of round 2 here with Mr. Beak coming back around. Frightened as he is, he's going to continue asking where his master is and goes in to make a new attack here. Let's see here. Who hit? Grawler hit? Yeah. He's going to turn around and start rushing over to Grawler to make the attack. Grawler, attack number 1 coming at you. It's going to be... Ooh. Total of 13, which looks like it misses. And I didn't have you targeted. Tisk from me. Attack number 2 of its third action. It's going to be a total of 20 and hits, dealing you some damage. And that's going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Alright, that's all of its actions as it's moved, and it's still crying out for its master in a annoying cacophony. Xylo, you are up with Narknad on deck.
Alright, well, I'm going to refresh Inspire Courage.
Alright. Let's see here. Alright, the template is up, so I'll just go ahead and drop that on everyone. Okay, go ahead and take your other 2 actions, Xylo.
Alright, I'm going to use that in a phase bolt and try to hit the doll.
Go for it. Ooh, unfortunately, a critical miss will not do it. And
I'm going to hero die that.
Okay, go for it. Just getting down with these xylophone songs. Over here dancing.
Nice.
Okay, yes. As with the hero die inspiration, you get a second glimpse of your attack, and you do indeed hit, changing the maneuvers of your gesture just enough, and deal it 9 points of, what is that, force damage? Or
piercing.
Piercing damage. Okay. Again, the creature, the construct is hit, and now it's starting to leak oils and such, and looking pretty worse for wear. Still running though, still ticking away. And that should be all of your actions, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Narknad, you're up. Crunk on deck.
Oh, don't forget to remove Demoralize from them.
Ah, yes, thank you.
You mean it doesn't stay forever?
Sadly, no.
I'm gonna telekinetic projectile some glass at this guy.
Do it.
But I'm gonna target him first.
Okay.
I guess piercing is what I'm gonna choose it to be.
Okay. You never know. Could come in handy to know, if it's
Yeah.
piercing or whatnot. Sadly, that is going to be a miss for your first action. First 2 actions, I should say. Third action?
Right. Try to recall knowledge about this thing. What is this? Is there?
Yes.
Do I have any knowledge about whatever the heck this?
Okay, which is better for you, Arcana or Crafting?
Probably Arcana.
Okay. Go ahead and
They're
give
the
me
same.
that Arcana check. Oof. Yeah, unfortunately with the critical failure, you have no idea about this mechanical creation whatsoever.
Gotcha. That's it from me.
Okay. Crunk, you're up. Grawler on deck.
And I'm flanking him.
Technically, yes, you're flanking.
Make such a pretty picture floating up there in the air like that. Trunk really likes basketball.
All right. A swing of the Great Metal Club. And that's going to be a total of 17, and sadly, that that swing misses, This thing's got a high AC, sadly.
I'm gonna eat it.
All right, map -5 for the second strike.
Tippy toes.
Oof, that is also a miss. Sadly, a critical failure with a 12. That should tell you something. All right, action number 3, Crunk. Let me double check something real quick here. Oh, the 17? Okay, yeah, now that was still a miss on the first strike. I had to double check.
Bother. What can I do?
What do you got, Crunk? You want to try for that, you want to try and trip it? Could be a good use of your last action. You won't be affected by the map.
Yeah, sure, why not?
At least I don't think so.
Well, no, if it's an attack action, yeah, wouldn't they?
Let's see here. Oh yeah, no, because you're...
Trip is an attack.
It is an attack, but it doesn't require your ability to attack. It's a DC reflex check. So you're better off trying to trip it. Since it's already been demoralized, it can't be demoralized again. So go ahead and roll.
Not by Narcnad.
No, just in general. It's already been demoralized once.
Oh, I thought it was just by individual person.
Yeah, I thought everyone had their turn to.
Nope.
To.
No,
No,
it's
'cause
per
once-
creature.
Yeah, once it's been or failed, it's immune for whatever, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Well,
10
it
minutes.
says immune to your attempts to demoralize it. That makes me think it's me as a character doing it, and it's all individual to characters.
Oh, I'll have to double check that. That is some interesting wording there. All right, in any event, sadly the trip does miss.
I will sulk as
All
a
right.
free action.
Growler, you're up with Mr. Beak on deck for round 3. You are technically flanking as far as I'm concerned.
Just offhand, would it cost an action just to assess how damaged this thing looks?
No, because you can do that pretty quick here. Let me go ahead and give you... You know, it's going to be... Because it's not a creature, I'm going to do it via Arcana, unfortunately, because this is a weird construct. So go ahead and give me an Arcana check, Growler.
What about crafting?
Yes, you can also do crafting as well. I'll give you that. I'll do the same DC. Go ahead and do crafting.
He's a master puppeteer, you know. He would know these things.
Wow.
Okay. You failed, but you only failed by a little bit. So I'm going to give you a little, like, what kind of information are you looking for about, like, what its current health is?
How much further it's got to go until it's immovable?
Okay.
It can no longer function.
With a failure, I'm going to say that it's at least bloodied. So I'll give you that much on a failure.
Alright. That works for me.
Because, I mean, clearly you can see that it's beat up and busted, but you're not sure how much more it needs to go. Alright, with a 23, you do indeed hit. Go ahead and roll damage. And with an 8, let's see how much of that it does. Oh, it does take a hit, but it's still flapping. You got another swing in you, Growler?
I got all the swings.
Alright, let's go for another swing here with a total of 15 due to the map. Unfortunately, that is going to be a miss. What do you want to do with your last action?
You could hit it with a dead 20.
Maybe.
Oof, that is the total opposite way we were looking for.
But if I'm gonna roll a 1, it might as well be on the one almost guaranteed to miss.
Right. Okay. So, end of round 2, we go to the top of round 3 with Mr. Beak, and Mr. Beak is going to take an action to actually kind of move around you, Grawler, and goes to the complete opposite side of you and starts to attack you from this end, and is going to take its last 2 actions to attack.
Uber.
All right, attack number 1 of 2 actions. That's going to be a total of 28 and is a critical hit against you, Grawler. And that's going to be a total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage as it's still screaming for its master. And let's see here.
And looking good, folks.
Oof. Yeah, that
Got 2 hit points.
that's a heavy hit there. And then goes in for its second of 3. Another 26 and critically hits you again. For 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
That is, he not down because I stayed 1 hit point.
Yes, your Orcish Fury. What's the ability called? Is that your racial there?
Orc ferocity?
Yes,
Yeah,
I believe so.
ferocity.
So Orc Ferocity, when you fall to 0 hit points, you are not immediately killed, and instead return to 1 hit point, and you have the Wounded 1 condition, or your Wounded condition is increased by 1. So make sure to add Wounded 1. All right, so you have 1 hit point, and
Do that?
I got you. It's next to the sleeping icon. I've given you the Wounded 1 condition.
Aha, I see it.
Okay. And that is both of Mr. Beak's actions. Xylo, you are up. All of his actions. Narknad on deck.
All right, well, for what it's worth, I'm going to repeat that same pattern.
Okay, go for it. Alright, so Inspire Courage to there, to there. I found out that when it started your turn, Xylo, all the Inspire Courages were wiped away, so I don't have to worry about doing that anymore. Okay, so 1 action to Inspire Courage. Action number 2.
Fire in that phase bolt.
Alright, I'm going to give it a little bit of cover because it's flittering around Grawler. And go in for the attack. And that is going to be a critical miss, unfortunately, with your phase bolt. And I believe that is all of your actions, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Alright, Narknad, you're up. Crunk on deck.
Okay, so as the crow flies, is there anything sort of in the way of like this diagonal that I have mapped out here? Like, could this Mr. Beak fly over top of Grawler there?
Yeah, he could if he wanted to just kind of like fly up and over him.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna spend an action to cast Kinetic Ram on him,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna choose to do the first one. So he's got a DC 17 Fortitude save.
Okay. So let's go ahead and make sure I got him targeted. And with the DC check coming in, that's going to be a success with a 26. Alright, so what happens with your... Let's see here. So succeed, so it's only going to take half damage of whatever this is doing. How many actions did you use to cast on it?
Just the one.
Just the one? Okay, so spell targets 1 creature within 15 feet.
Yeah, that's if he did it, that's that whole move.
Okay, yeah, so the success is not going to move it, unfortunately.
All right, then I will send some more glass his way.
Okay, and before you roll that, let me give it a little bit of cover again. Okay, go ahead. Actually, no, it doesn't need the cover because you can grab the glass from wherever. All right, go ahead and roll.
Oh, I got him good.
Ooh.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Crunk, you're up. Grawler on deck.
First act. Oh. So if you cast a spell from an item,
Mm-hmm.
is that 1 action or the same amount of action as the spell would normally?
I believe it may only be 1 action because you're manipulating the item, but it might also say otherwise. Which item is it in your inventory?
Wand of Heal.
Okay, let's see here. This baton is about a foot long, contains a single spell. The appearance typically relates to the spell within. Activate, cast a spell. So I guess it would pertain to the spell itself. So yeah, it would probably cost 2 actions to cast the heal spell.
Okay.
Oh, actually no, it's 1 to 3. So it depends on how you want to use it. So yes, if you cast it with 1, then you'll have a range of touch. 2 will be a range of 30 feet. And then increases the hit points restored by 8. And if you use all 3 of your actions, you disperse positive energy in a 30-foot emanation, which could be bad, as a reminder.
Yeah, kill mine.
Right.
Don't want to kill mine. Okay, so I will use it as 2 actions.
Okay. Oh, and you heal and Growler?
Well, first I have to pull it out, which I guess is the action.
Yes, you would need to use it to grab the, I think technically if it's in your backpack, getting your backpack is 1 action from what I understand, and then getting it out of the backpack is another action. But I'm not worried about that, so just 1 action to get it out and to get it. Okay, hold on. I'll go ahead and click the held in first hand. Alright, so I've got it set up so it's now equipped so you can use it as an action. It should be, I think. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll use the 2 action one. So he'll get the bonus D8 on top of what it gets.
Yes.
It just gets a bonus flat 8.
Yeah, so it'll be whatever the die is plus the flat 8. Okay, so then that should be, with the bonus 8, that is going to be a 13 points of healing.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, Growler, you have been healed for 13 and looking much better.
And that is all 3 of my actions.
Okay. Growler, you're up! With Mr. Beak on deck.
He should no longer be wounded 1, right? Because I healed him?
Oh, that's
Nope.
a good point. Okay, wounded is gone.
Fabulous.
Alright, Growler. What do you got?
Thank you, brother.
I didn't think Heal got rid of wounded.
I thought that's what he said.
I think
If you-
treat
if you-
wound gets rid of it.
Oh. Well, we'll just go with that for now, and we'll remove it. If we have to put it back on, we'll put it back on.
Okay.
For the time being, we'll just say he's no longer wounded 1.
No, it can end this. Oh yeah, with treat wounds, or if you're restored to full hit points and rest for 10 minutes.
So, crit for Krat, you bastard.
Return that critical hit with a 28. Go ahead and roll damage, please.
Told you a 20 would hit.
Oh!
There you go.
Max damage! Oh, goodness. Yes, and the construct has been totally destroyed. Growler, please tell us how you destroy this construct.
I'm just gonna fly swatter him right to the ground.
All right. That is fantastic. So yes, you come in and you turn the axe to the side and you just catch it with the flat blunt end of the blade and just drive it into the ground. And the Mr. Beak is silent finally. Okay.
I had to reload. He hit that thing so hard I froze.
That's really funny.
I like to sort of prestidigitate my way to this fancy telescope.
Okay, sure. Yeah. If you want, Narknad, you could spend, we'll say, 10 minutes with post combat, cleaning up the room a bit so people can freely walk through this whole room here without having to
I
really
would
worry
like to
about
do
anything.
that.
Okay. So get rid of that. And yes, you do indeed clean up the glass. So the glass is now gone. Sadly, I don't have any way of getting rid of it on the visuals, but it is now free to walk around. You are free to move about the cabin. The pilot has given the seatbelt sign. What was I going to do next here? Yes, so, what are you doing? What are you doing in the room now that Narknad has cleaned up the area? What's everyone up to?
I'm gonna want to investigate this Mr. Beak and the soul gem contained within.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and take a look at it. So yeah, as you investigate Mr. Beak, you do find that on the back of him there is a strange little gem that you can take.
The Duracell?
Kind of.
The spyglass that was left behind.
And the spyglass. You want to take a look at that, Mike?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me take a look here. Yeah, so you find it, and it's just a really, really nice looking treasure. A bejeweled spyglass, actually. And I should be able to drop that into your inventory there. Did that get there or not? Let's see. Take a look at your inventory.
It's there.
Okay, cool.
Yep, I see it.
You have the bejeweled spyglass. So yeah, there's no really anything interesting to it. It's just a really nice looking spyglass. Let's see here. Is there any kind of if you want, go ahead.
I'll show it off to the party.
If you want Xylo or anyone else looking at the spyglass, go ahead and roll a society check to kind of to get a value out of it. Okay. With Narknad's success, you're pretty sure that you could, if you wanted to, sell that for 20 gold pieces. That's up to you, though.
Why, when I can be Fancy Dan now?
That is a damn good question. That is a very good question indeed. Krunk and Xylo, you're standing on each other.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, you've cleared out this ramshackled workshop here. What would you like to do next?
I'm going to attempt some first aid on me brother.
Okay. Now, Narknad, you have already attempted first aid on yourself, so you can't heal yourself, sadly.
But I can heal others.
You could, yes. So who wants to attempt first aid on Grawler? Because only one of you can do it. Who's got the better skill in it, I guess? Unless you're using magical healing or health potions.
Medicine.
Yeah, I got a +4 to my medicine.
Checking. I got a +6.
There you go.
Oh, all right then.
Oh.
Good luck, Krunk. I'm just going to be over here sipping my juice while you guys take care of this administering first aid.
So I guess it would be the stop bleeding one?
No. You want treat wounds,
I
not...
think is what you want, or the explanation.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go. Narknad, you got it. Yeah, administering first aid will be if someone's unconscious and dead, like dying out.
I got a gushing wound. So, how much bulk is Mr. Beak?
That's a good question. Let me see if I can...
I'm wondering if it's like small enough I can stuff in my bag, or...
I was gonna say, oh my god, it's a kobold running around with a stuffed animal.
Oh, I forgot to do that. Damn it. Oh, well.
Well, I'm thinking later on I can make it dance or make it be a puppet or something. That'd be funny.
I'll say it's so small because it's a tiny creature. We'll go with like a light bulk. So it'll be like 1/10 of a bulk.
Let's see. Will the game allow me to know?
If you want to add something in your inventory that says, Mr. Beak, then you can totally do that.
Alright, I will do that.
All right. And you pocket Mr. Beak.
Where in the world is treatment?
Go to your actions, and then the exploration tab at the top. You have encounter, exploration, and downtime just underneath the bubbles.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Good.
There you go. Poor Xylo over here. He's click-clacking along.
It's alright. We'll figure out something soon enough. Maybe we'll get a long rest and I can soothe myself.
Oh, you can always soothe yourself.
Medicine check DC is usually 15, though the DM might adjust it.
That is
Do I need-
for... Let's see here. Yes, we'll go with the standard 15.
Okay.
Since you guys are not trying to do this, like, anywhere crazy. And unfortunately, that is a failure. So Grawler, unfortunately, cannot be treated for the next hour or so. Care to try on yourself, Crunk?
To treat wounds? No, I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stare at Xylo in confusion because I know he's hurt and I have no way to figure out how to help him.
What was
Not
the,
to worry, I got plenty of padding.
I was gonna say, what was the stipulation on that one spell you had that you could heal yourself? Was that like a once per rest kind of thing?
No, I need a spell slot for it, and I don't have any.
Ah,
Yeah, that's, yeah, he's currently out of first level spells, and he needs them. He only gets 2 right now at level 1. For the Soothe spell. Alright, gentlemen. With an extra 10 minutes to try and heal Grawler. Ah, okay, someone's going for a health potion. Very good. +7. Go ahead and heal yourself. There you go. Very good.
Do it, I believe. If anybody needs them, I have 6. If anybody needs one.
I've got 1 left.
Water, water everywhere, but not a drop to drink.
Grawler, Ninzar just goes, Grawler is the unsung villain of Toy Story. With the smash of Mr. Beak.
It's the freaking neighbor kid from the first one.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Sid.
Yep, there you go, Sid. Thank you.
I will have a healing potion.
What are you doing?
I will hand Brawler one of my healing potions.
Okay. Yeah, you should be able to drag and drop it onto his token. There you go.
Yep, that worked.
All
Does
right.
anybody need one? Arknad?
Sure. I have 2 on me right now.
Okay. So that still leaves me with 4 if anybody needs healing.
Okay.
I'm looking for now. Yeah.
Xylo's asking for healing, but he's right up there on that front door, looking to go further in. All
Well,
right.
the only way for me to heal is to get through this, right?
Yep. All right. So, gentlemen, what do you do? Moving on deeper into this island?
Or
All right. Door it is! The doors are open. And as you open the doors, you walk into a hallway. And this hallway has a series of 4 paintings hanging on the northwestern wall of this hallway, although layers of mold and decay have severely damaged them. So as you start walking, yeah, you can definitely see you got the one here, and then there's 2 on this wall, and there's another one here. Anyone care to look at the paintings as you walk through this hallway?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, so who's looking at
Why
what
not?
paintings?
I will look at this one way out here.
Okay. So, as you guys go to look at the paintings, go ahead and place yourselves on the map, please. Where you're going to be looking, who's ever looking at which ones. Okay. As you set up, I'm going to need you guys to roll some DC reflex saves for me, please. As the paintings are trapped. No. The first painting, in front of Xylo, is nearly 7 feet tall and almost as wide. It's a landscape painting that depicts the city of Absalom in flames, with ghosts rising from the city streets between the burning buildings. And if you look at the lower frame of the bronze plate, it bears the reading, "So shall the fools suffer." The next painting over is nearly as large as the Absalom painting and is in the same style, though its subject is different. This second painting depicts Gauntlet Keep as it appeared before its upper floors collapsed. So you can see that, there was a second floor to this place, but the only thing that's standing now currently is the cupola and the lighthouse section. The lighthouse rises above the stately keep into the night sky, with its beacon emitting a pale blue light in which ghostly faces sneer and grimace. And again, there's another bronze plate at the bottom that reads, "Let the light shine forever." Then, as you get to the third picture, there is a portrait that once depicted a person but is completely shredded, so it's hard to see who is in this picture or what they were. Sadly, there's not much else you can discern from this picture, but it reads at the bottom, "The artist at work." And then lastly, the one in front of Grawler is a portrait as well. This one is smaller and circular. It depicts a smirking woman dressed in a red gown with a high collar. And let's see here. The plaque at the bottom reads, "The Lady of the Light." So I can actually show you that one. So this is what you see when you look at this last picture here. And then let's see here. I'm going to need people to give me a perception check real quick. This will be a real simple one here. Give me a perception check as you all kind of glance at this last one. Okay, Xylo, Grawler, you both notice towards the bottom of the picture, in small writing, let's see here, where is it? There's a sentence written. Does anyone know the language Aklo?
Negative.
Okay.
I don't know how to read,
This is true, sadly.
so I just kind of point out the squiggles.
There's a bunch of squiggles there, and unless you all know, anyone knows how to read Aklo, you can't read it unless you have some kind of way to discern or translate the language for you. So there's something there, you're not quite sure. Let me do one more roll here, and this one will be... I don't have a history. I want something... I don't necessarily want lore either.
Society?
Yeah, we're going to go with a society check here. So anyone looking at the last picture, go ahead and give me a society check to maybe discern who this woman is. Anyone else? Xylo, Narknad, you've rolled. Krunk, you interested in rolling?
Sure.
Why not, right? You could always oddly roll a crit. Okay.
Almost did.
Sadly, none of you have any idea who this blonde woman is with the red dress and high collar on it. Nothing is really standing out to you of who this may be.
Imperious glare.
Yes.
Deadly.
All right. That's pretty much this hallway. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Or
Go ahead and place yourselves on the map where you'd like to. All right, so who's opening the door? All right, Grawler, you've gone ahead and opened the door. Krunk, looks like you've opened the door as well. You walk into this room, and you notice that this place is a study. And this study features several bookshelves, a desk, and 2 chairs. The books and objects here lie in disarray with torn pages strewn haphazardly across the room. And as you look at this room with its crazy mess and its haphazardness and destruction, you're looking around, you're going, man, there's so much chaos in here. It's going to take about a week to really get through anything that's going on here. We'll see you all next week, folks, as we take our rest here and end tonight's game of the Everside Questers Adventures in the Abominations Vault for Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
We didn't get XPs for the metal bird.
Oh, you're right, you didn't. The XP's
Yeah,
for the Metal Bird.
It was like 700 or something.
80, almost. 80 XP for everyone, 40 for Krunk.
Nice.
All right. And we will see what's... Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Sean.
I said almost halfway to 3.
Almost. Nice. Oh, yeah. You're almost there. Excellent. How's everyone else doing for XP?
740 out of 1,000.
Nice. You guys will be
660.
level 2 in no
We're,
time.
we're at 740. I think you should be higher. If you're less than us, you should be getting double experience.
No, the group average is 1. So that's why Crunk is
yeah,
getting
you
half.
explained that. Yep.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining me tonight, and we will sign off here with everyone else. Thank you, Ninzard and Trade11 and Hair Doctor for stopping by to chat in the live stream as we were going about here. Thank you all so much for doing that. It's been a lot of fun having you all here, and anyone who watches this later on as well, you are all amazing people. My crew, you guys are amazing too. Thank you all so much for playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition and learning these crazy-ass rules. And yeah,
We think it's pretty okay too.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. And yeah, we will say goodnight and see you all hopefully next week for the continued adventures of the Ever Side Questers adventures here in the Abominations Vaults and see about what's going on in the rest of this Gauntlet Keep here. And will Xylo get healed? That's another question we are definitely waiting with bated breath. All right, folks. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.